Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS128, fall 2023. This is the first, this is the introductory video, and in this video, I'm just going to go over the syllabus. So if I can share my screen. So if you go to La Lima, you should click on home. The course should be up here. And if it's not, you can go over to the right here and click on this little 9-pad thing, and you should find it there. Click on the star and then hit refresh, and you should be able to see it. If you don't see the course there, then you can email me, and we'll figure something out. There's 3 sections, and all three sections of this ITS 128 are responsible for these videos. There's not going to be that many of them. It's you're welcome to there's one section is has a face-to-face session Tuesday, August 22nd, and there will be additional face-to-face sessions should we decide. And so of course anybody's welcome to come to any of those. So if you look at the overview, you see the syllabus, and one of these is not. Oh, this one's hybrid. Okay. Anyway, after this, all the syllabuses are the same. And so this is the textbook. I'll go over the textbook in a moment. You can click on here, and right now, if you click there, you'll see that it says that you have to pay for it. I'll go over that in a moment. Of course, prerequisites. If you're in this course, presumably you've met those. These are the outcomes. This course, we're learning how to program. It's the first programming course. It's your first programming course. It's assumed you don't know anything about programming, and the language you're going to learn in this class is Python. And people may have told you that once you learn one language, it's really easy to learn other languages, because the structures, the looping, sequencing, decision making, that's all the same in all the languages. Python, it's considered one of the easier ones. So you're lucky there, and this is a good textbook. We're learning everything from the textbook in the textbook, and it's geared towards today's busy schedules. So this is the syllabus. We're going over all 12 chapters, and you'll see that in a moment. There'll be no final. There's these 3 categories of activities in the textbook, and we'll see what those are in a moment. Let's take a look at the textbook. Let's see, I'm going to go to, if you just go to the one right now where you haven't paid, you have access to the first chapter, the first full chapter. And so there are there any, let me open up a mine which I paid for. So if you go to go here, it's looks like this. There are these let's go to there are these participation activities, and with these you just click through them. You click through them and pay attention to what's going on, and go through all of them. And when you're done, you get the points, and those points get added to, let's see, let me just go back to, where's the, oh, never mind. Let's go back. Those points are part of these points here. And you see they're all listed here: participation activities, challenge activities, and lab activities. So participation activities are just things that you click through, as you saw. And then once you click through all, there was 3 of them here. Once you click through all of them, you get points there. Here, these participation activities are just dragging and dropping. So a program that executes computer code is an interpreter. The text that represents a computer program is the code informs the programmer that the interpreter is ready to accept commands. Well, that would be a prompt, and then a row of text is a line. And since I got them all, then I get a check mark up here, and I got all the points. So this is reading the textbook. These quizzes are very simple. You can just, if you get it wrong, you just click till you get it right, and that way you get to learn. That way the code is an expression, and yes, that is an. Let's say it's answer it false. See what happens. Oh, it's incorrect because it is an expression. So you just go like that and click through, and you get all the points. Make sure you understand it. This is a nice template that you can use. There's no participation points for this, but you'll see these things a lot where you see some code here, and then you can execute the code, and you can mess with the code. Like let's raise my salary to, let's raise my wage to $200 an hour, and I can see that I get 10 times as much money. Anyway, and so those are participation. Let's see, are there any challenges? Well, here's a challenge. See, a challenge now, you have to enter in the right solution, and then if you don't get it right, it gives you another chance. So here, write the simplest statement that prints the following. Well, we're going to just do print. I'm just going to do print. See what happens. And I want to print this, so I'm just going to copy paste it. Oh, I got to put a parentheses there, I think. Paste, quote, close, and what happens? Oh, I got all the points. See, there you go. That easy. If I would have gotten it wrong, then I don't get then I wouldn't get the points. Although since I did get the points before, then it's still, I get to keep them. So these are challenge activities. So with these, you just keep on doing them until you get them right. And then at the very end of each chapter, there's going to be these labs. And these labs are, you follow the instructions, and then you type in your code here, and you submit you develop your code, you submit your code. Like here, this is an example of incremental development. And it's presenting your instructions one step at a time. And so here, this is very simple because it's supposed to just show you how this works. We're just going to use these print statements here. And the first thing we would type in is print something. I'm just going to do this. And then so the first one is this one. And in development mode, we would just run it. And see, this is the output. And then we can submit it. When we're all done, we can submit it. And we see that we get some of the points, but we don't get, excuse me, we don't get all the points because we didn't do the last two steps. And so this is this incremental development. And so, this in this case, we get 4. You keep on submitting until you get all the points. Okay, I put no limits on number of submissions. That's how you code. I want to encourage the incremental development. You got something that works. You make a little change to the program, adding a little bit more. You run it to see that works, and you keep on going that way. You make little changes. You keep on testing the changes to make sure they work, and that way, if something doesn't work, it's just the last change that you made. So you really narrow down when your program doesn't work, and that's the key. That's how you can end up writing huge programs, but one little step at a time. All right, so those are the 3 different kinds of activities in the textbook. And don't do the optional. You can do the optional ones. I may use the optional ones to in lectures, and you'll see videos of the optional ones, but really it's the ones that are not optional, which is the ones that you get the points for. And we're going to go through all these chapters up to 12. And the rest of these, I include the rest of these chapters up to 16, 17. Because if you just, that gives you a preview of what's going to be in 148, ITS 148. We use the same textbook, and so if you like this stuff, then you can go on and check out some of the later concepts that we learned. It's more algorithms and data structures. All right, so that's the textbook, and that's how you're going to get your points. The weekly engagement, make sure that you do this, because I have to confirm that you're participating. If I don't have any evidence that you're participating after the first week, like if you haven't bought the textbook, you haven't done any of that stuff, but you've done this, then that counts. But if you haven't done anything, then I have to mark you as not participating, and then it's really hard to get you back in if there was a mistake. This is the grade book, and each of the sets of activities has weighs a certain percentage. So this participation ones, you just got to click through them, and you get 25% challenges. And this is where I'm going to concentrate the videos on how to do these things so you don't get stuck, and how you do the labs so you don't get stuck. That's what the videos are concentrated on. The resources are very good, because these are all the videos from the previous times I've taught the course. And then there's also a set of videos, the last instructor that taught the course in the spring, John Johnson, very good set of videos here. And so, I would suggest you subscribe to him. He's a very good lecturer, knows a lot of stuff, and he teaches other courses too. And then this link here is a very good link, because you would be getting that access, I guess, you have to log in. You have to have logged in. So let me go to that. It's over here, this one. No, you have to have a login. And in this one, I'm not using my login. I'm using my Gmail account. But if you have a login and you click on that link, resources, and you click on this link, you see these are the labs. These are the labs, and these are videos. These are videos which show you which give you massive hints on how to do the labs. The numbering might be different. The numbering, I changed them. I fiddle with the numbering every semester, but so you have to look at the name of the lab. So that's good. That gets you through most of this stuff. And my philosophy, whenever I send out an email, it's going to go into the email archive, so you can go back and see what they are, see what the previous emails are. So in this class, my philosophy in this class, this is an introductory programming class, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get you through it. Because I don't want to. You will know at the end of this class if you like programming or not. You will know at the end of this class if you want to pursue a programming track, which is where you're coding, you're writing the game programs or whatever, or you're more of a systems analyst kind of person where you know about programming, you've written some code in your life, but that's not what you wake up in the morning desiring to do. We programmers wake up in the morning and our desire is to sit down and write some code, and we got to do some other stuff. We put it off because we'd rather write code. Or maybe you'd like to design the system. You help with the design of the system. You talk to the customers, or maybe you feel close to the customers because maybe you were a customer or are a customer, and then you know about the coding, you know the language, so you talk to the programmers and say, well, you explain to the programmers what the customers want the functionality to be. And so taking this class, you can do both, or cybersecurity, in cybersecurity, there's a lot of small scripts, setup scripts that you got to make. And that's not a bunch of heavy coding. That's just knowing what the statements are. And there's going to be a sequence of statements. And you might have some simple loop-de-loops in there, but it's not hardcore programming at all. That's the kind of stuff you learn in this class. And how to hook up the programs that interface to these devices that you're going to be programming or controlling or setting up. In cybersecurity, you do a lot of setup and so on. And other things where you use Python because it's a structure, but you aren't, you know, writing the tree traversal algorithms or anything like the folks that write the game programs and so on. All right. So the point of all that is that you can get a real good grade in this class. You can get an A and not really come out of it being a programmer, but you will have done all the exercises, you will have experienced all the exercises, and at the end you will really know yourself if you want to. You may take 148 because that's required, and 148 is similar. Although it's getting into more hardcore stuff, more data structures and algorithms, so-called. But then after that, you wouldn't need to take 228. Or 228, we really get into a lot of fancy trees and B trees and tries and treeps and heaps and so on. Anyway, so that is an introduction to this course. So the last thing I want to say is that everything is due at the end of the semester. Everything is due at the end of finals week. All of these due dates are recommended due dates. They're for pacing. If you don't have stuff done by these due dates, it's okay. You don't have to email me and ask me for more time or anything. Just make sure you get everything done by the end. I will periodically transfer the grades from zyBooks up to Laulima, and I will upload grades up to these dates. But if you haven't done them, they're not going to, and they're showing as zeros in Laulima. Don't worry about it. As soon as you get them done, the next time I upload grades, then those grades will be updated. Whenever I upload the grades, I go all the way back to the beginning. So there's no extra credit in this class. The reason for that is because you can always go back and get more points. You can always go back up to the last day of class, up to finals week. You can always go back to previous chapters that you didn't get all the points in something and just finish them and get all the points. All right, so I hope that explains everything. And if you have any questions, you can text me, 808-371-7424. My phone number is at the syllabus. Texting is the easiest way to get a hold of me. Make sure you tell me who you are the first time you text me, so I know who you are. And then, or you can email me. And of course, I check the email every hour or so. All right, hope this helps. Thanks for watching.